What's going on, people? So every so often I decide to do some little series of videos. Sometimes it lasts like a long time, like that the kicks of the day thing. Well, I guess yeah, that lasted for like a year and 2 months, I think. Just every day that I wore a pair of shoes, which was basically like to work. If I didn't, it was usually because I just stayed home. No repeats, just a quick little video at the end of every day. Got super old, super fast, but I stuck with it. So that went on for freaking ever. And then there was the remember these videos. I did, I think, one a week for a year, right? Honestly, I did like 52, well, 51, 52, something like that. Did a bunch of those. And then there's this one, the one where I'm sitting down and just once a month just pull out some old pair of shoes that came along before the YouTube era started, which is basically pre 2019. So I started buying stuff like these right here. Picked these up in 2006. Yeah, 2006. So basically everything from that point to 2019. Well, yeah. Well, up to the end of 2018, I guess you could say. That's all what I'm pulling from for this little round of review type videos and such, right? But either way, so let's go talk about this thing right here. Some of you might remember, right? It's the Air Max 360 from many moons ago. Like I said, 2006. So at the time, right, I had a pair of shoes, and I feel like I might have told this story in some. I feel like I told this story in some other video, but these were just kind of like part of it. I think there's like multiple things. I'm just talking about a bunch of old crap. Either way, now they get their own little highlight for the next like few minutes. So either way, back in high school, my aunt had bought me a pair of shoes. I think that was like 11th grade, maybe 10th grade, something like that. And I wore those for a long time. I graduated in 2000, just to kind of give you a frame of reference there, right? And it wasn't until 2006 when I got these that I replaced those shoes. And I remember my roommate at the time was like, man, like, don't you need some new shoes? I mean, those look like they've seen better days. And they're actually over there somewhere. Like, I still have them because I don't know, it's just one of those things. I look at them like, Jesus Christ, Tristan, what were you doing? But either way, so I saw these. I went into a store thinking like, okay, I need to get some new shoes. And the dude, it was a Finish Line in Macon, Georgia. And he was like, yeah, okay, well, if you need some new running shoes, well, these are pretty good. You might want to check these out. And I was like, oh, okay, maybe. Let's try them on. So I tried them on, He asked me what size I needed. And I was like, well, these are a 10, so I guess a 10. I didn't really know how sizing worked. I just went with it, right? I mean, I knew my foot could fit in it. So to me, that size was fine. Probably should have got a 9.5, honestly, but hey, it is what it is. So I try them on. I'm like, yeah, these are feeling like really good. And like, how much are these? He's like, $1 million. It felt like he said $1 million. I don't know what he actually said. And this box is just a placeholder. This is not the actual box these came in. I don't think I have that box anymore. But I would guess probably 150-ish, right? If we're talking 2006 for something like this, that sounds fair, I suppose. But either way, so I picked those up because he's like, well, but there's also this like discount that you can use and blah blah blah. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. Let's do that. It brought it down like a little bit, right? And I was running around in them, walking around in them for the next however long, and I liked these a lot. So I thought to myself, wow, like I should probably get another pair or two, right? Because this is like a really good thing, and I like these a whole lot, So I did that, and that is where there's a fork in the road that had I not chosen to do that, I'd probably be living a very different life right now. But I did, and that's still a thing that happens. I'm cutting back on the whole double down and triple down and on single models or whatever. But then, like, what really got me was, like, I liked these so much. Then when I saw, like, the next year they brought out the Air Max, what is it? I remember seeing, like, the 2008s and 2009s, and there would have had to have been something in 2007 that like, or maybe I just got more 360s. I don't know. But either way, that's what got me into buying like shoes. Just the Air Maxes in general. So I was like, oh, these are great. Like they're super comfortable. I can run around in them. I like them a lot. They're stylish. Let's do that. And boy, did I do that over and over and over and over multiple times over. I did a whole bunch of like collection videos for like all my Air Max things back in 2019. If you saw those, I think it was like 9 videos, you know what I'm getting at. But either way, so this one right here, the Air Max 360, it's always going to be like a special one because it's the thing that really got me into buying stuff, right? And that's why when like the Vapor Max 360 came out, I didn't like the price, not at all. I was very much against it. But because of what it was and just like a little bit of nostalgia, here's some money, give me those shoes, right? It's kind of one of those things. We've all been there with whatever our little vices and such are, right? I was just there with some action figures the other day, buying stuff that I thought was overpriced, but I really wanted, so I just said the heck with it. So these right here, yeah, what, white, gray, university red, probably what they call these. I'd have to look up the, wow, this like tag thing on the inside is actually still like in pretty good shape. It doesn't have, yeah, there's the date. 2005, July 28th, 2005, yeah. That was a long time ago. That was almost 20 years ago, man. That is insane. But yeah, these right here, very special. And actually what's funny is like my mom saw these like a month ago and they looked exactly like this with all the clouded bubbles and just run down. She's like, oh, that's a pretty cool color. And I'm like, huh. Yeah, Mom, okay, those are just old and dirty and just need to be cleaned or given some sort of attention. Like, that's not right at all. Oh, okay, well, I just like it. But yeah, so there you go. There's that. The Air Max 360. The thing that got me into this and all the other Air Max shoes and all the other stuff I've been buying. This will be patient zero if you want to look at it in that way. So feel free to let me know what your first thing was, why you, if you're one of those shoe buying folks, you know, you can tell me your little story down below in the comment section. Or you can just leave, right? There's also that. From me to you, have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, wherever you are. This was my last video for this series. I did one a month for a year, though honestly I haven't recorded one a month. I recorded a lot of them at various times. The one that went up for, was last month, September? Yeah, that was recorded back in May, and I think I didn't do another one until like 20 minutes ago with those 4s. So there you go. Enough of me. Later, people.